Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a pumpkin spice meringue pie. Let's begin. I will leave a link down below to a blog post and a video showing you how to make the pastry. It's part of the series Baking Basics, so if you want to go and check that out I will leave it linked down below. So once you've got your pastry made and it's been chilled, you can then roll it out until it's just slightly bigger than the tin you were using. Once you've achieved that, you can roll it back on the rolling pin and then place it over your tin and press into the corner so it's all in there properly. Trim away the excess and then dock the bottom of the pastry. This will just help it not rise while baking. Once you've docked the bottom of your pastry, you can then add in your parchment paper and your baking beans, or if you haven't got those, you can feel free to use rice or pasta, something like that, or even flour. You then want to bake it off. I will leave all that in the blog post down below. So once it's baked, you will want to remove the parchment paper and the baking beans. Be careful, these baking beans hold the heat and they are really hot, and if they touch your skin you will burn. So before you put it back in the oven, you'll want to give it a coating of egg wash, and this is just to give it a more golden appearance and to strengthen it a little bit. So when you put your custard filling in, it won't all seep through or make it soggy. That's the only reason you really do it. You will then want to bake it off for a further 10 to 15 minutes or until completely golden brown. So to start on the pumpkin spice pastry cream, you'll want to get yourself a saucepan and into it pour in your milk, add in your vanilla and give it a whisk, then add in the coffee and give it a further whisk until it's fully incorporated. And then once you've done that, you can add in your pumpkin spice mix. I will leave a link down below and above if you don't know what this is. I've already got a recipe that I uploaded a couple of years ago. You can then add in your pumpkin puree and give it all a good mix until it's smooth. You'll then want to place this on the hob to come to a boil. Into a medium-sized bowl, you'll want to add all of your egg yolks and start to give them a brief whisk. Then you can start to add your sugar and just give it all a good whisk until it's well combined. You'll know when it's ready once it becomes lighter in colour and starts to hold its shape a little more. So once the egg mixture is done, you will want to constantly keep your eye on the milk mixture, being careful it doesn't burn. So once your milk mixture has come to a boil, you'll want to add around a third of the mixture into your egg mixture and give it all a good whisk. This is just to temper the mixture so it doesn't curdle. Once you've incorporated that, you can start to add the rest or add it all in one go, whisking constantly until it's fully incorporated. Pour that back into the saucepan and place back on the heat, stirring constantly until it's become thicker in consistency. I know the colour isn't very appealing to the eye, but it's all about the taste on this one. Once your pastry cream is thickened, you'll want to pour it into a shallow-sided tray and cover with cling film until you need it later on. Once it's cooled down fully, you can then remove the cling film. This just stops the skin forming on top. And then you'll want to scrape it into a bowl and then give it a good whisk just to bring it back up to a looser consistency, which is easier to spread around. Feel free to put it into a bowl, but the thinner you can spread it out, the quicker it will cool down. You'll just want to give the pastry cream a quick whisk just to make it easier to work with. So into your baked pastry case, you can pour in the custard mixture and just spread it out as best as you can, either with your spatula or an offset palette knife like I'm using, but whichever works best for you. So while your pie is in the fridge, you will want to make the meringue topping, but you'll want to make the meringue topping just before you serve it. So place your egg whites into a bowl and then whisk them up until they are frothy. Once they are frothy, you can start to add your sugar around a tablespoon at a time, making sure that that tablespoon has been fully worked in before you add another. Once all of your sugar has been incorporated, you should notice that the meringue is a lot thicker and glossier. I, as an optional finish, add in some vanilla as it adds to the flavour of the pie in total at the end, but feel free to leave this out if you don't want to use it. Just whisk that in until it's fully incorporated. You will then want to take the pie out of the fridge and put your meringue mixture into a piping bag fitted with a nozzle, and then just start to pipe your shapes on top. Feel free to do whatever you like. That's what I went with. I just went with a mixture of shapes and piping, whatever I fancied. Feel free to customise it or just to pile it on like you would with a lemon meringue pie and just blowtorch it. If you haven't got a blowtorch, you can always put it in a high heated oven just under the grill for a couple of minutes if you wanted. I'm not 100% sure how that would work with the custard filling. So once all of your meringue has been piped out on top, you can then feel free to torch the mixture with a blowtorch just so you start to brown it off. I went darker in some places than others, but that's my personal preference. And if you haven't got a blowtorch, you can feel free to put it under a grill. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again next week with another video, so join me then. If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments down below or message me on one of my social medias. I will leave all the links you need, like my social medias, my blog and anything else you need to know in the description down below the video, so don't forget to go and check that out. And until next week, bye guys.